Welcome back to the Players Only podcast. As you can see, it's a very special edition type of thing because we're all here in the same spot. As of next year, basically almost 9 months from right now, we will have been friends for 10 years. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of a series-ish of how that happened and the stories that we had in basically a year and a half time span.
The trouble that we got into.
Pre-Freshman year. Yeah. So we had a class, the first, whatever you want to call it. It was called IES for us.
Yep.
And then there's Piper Preview, which is one night?
Yep. Orientation basically into college. Yeah. Pick your classes, stuff like that.
Yep.
And that's when you and I first actually officially talk was
Piper Preview.
Yeah, we'll get into that part.
That's kind of where I wanted to start, talking to you guys. I remember getting a roommate with you for IAS, and you, Jackson, posted on the Facebook group a few times, and I remember seeing your name there. And then Austin, I just started talking to you because there's a friend from high school you remind me of. Yeah. I remember, I don't know, just we would talk about people in the group kind of privately. And
I didn't even know about the Facebook group until after I was into IES because I joined lately. I was supposed to go to IES as a couple days or a week before it even started.
Yeah.
But I know for Piper Preview, I guess start here is the first time I actually fully remember you guys, because I know, Vince, you were in my group.
Yep.
But off to the side or whatever, we didn't really even talk until I think after you and I had picked classes. And then we were leaving the library, and you're do you like Smash?
Well, that was right. That was one of the first times, yeah.
Yeah. And I was I played it when I was a kid. And then, we didn't know about either of us were going to IAS, or anything like that. And that was kind of like that. We had a 5-ish minute conversation, I think. Yeah. And we went our separate ways at that point, because orientation was done.
Yeah.
I don't really remember too much more of the conversation, and then Jackson, I know the first time I saw you was during the talent show portion of the orientation. But I don't know when we fully had our first conversation necessarily.
I'm pretty sure the first time we chatted was when we were in the lobby waiting for the orientation to begin, I think, because I remember you coming to my table.
That's right. We sat with each other. That's right.
No. Yeah, and then right, some lady made us talk, and I just didn't give a shit, and then
and then not want to talk.
A few days later, all of a sudden, this guy's pretty cool.
Well, because I think we both had the same first impression of oh, that guy's an asshole of each other, and it's but he's my kind of asshole.
Right.
We're friends.
It was one of those things. It was I just need to get through today so I can figure out what the hell this IAS thing is, because I had no precursor what it was.
I don't think really any of us knew.
Yeah. Definitely didn't know where it was going to lead with things. That we'll get to.
Yeah.
But it was interesting, obviously. But I completely forgot that we sat there in the Anderson Center. And we had to talk to each other right next to the stairs. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. That was my first memory of interacting with you guys, because I was just sitting by myself, I think, and then
and then we were forced to sit with you.
Yeah,
like usual.
Yeah.
But I think after that, I don't think, because you and I stayed together for the group stuff. So I think you and I...
we were in the same group.
Right.
Yep.
And I think you and I actually probably even sat next to each other for most of the things, because we had already were forced to talk to each other. And then I don't think I even talked to you again until after you guys were roommates with IAS.
Right. I was in a different group, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, because everybody forced me to do the talent show thing. And then you went up willingly.
Yeah, or where you had to go on stage and dance or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. There's no way I was doing that.
There's no way I was doing that either.
Our group, the girls, for whatever reason, didn't. So I guess, you did. Yeah. Wish I recorded it so bad. That'd be golden B-roll.
No, because you remember who I went up against?
No.
Tati.
Oh, yeah. She was in it, yep.
And I just
she
basically
danced or whatever.
Her. Yeah, basically just copied her. And I got voted off the stage, and that was that.
Yeah. How'd you do in that, Jackson?
I'm pretty sure I lost the first round as well.
Yeah. It was the most humiliating thing I've ever done.
Are you sure about that? I could think of another stage-related thing. Do you remember the magic show?
No, I don't. That's why true. It's not that humiliating.
That's fair.
That's for freshman year. That's
we'll come back to that. I love that one.
My humiliating moment before freshman year started, if you guys remember, the couple of days, well, one of them fell on my birthday.
Yep.
Or whatever, and we were talking about that, and then, anyone birthday today? Yep. Of course.
Yep.
Normally in August, school-related things. I mean, here in Minnesota, you can't start until after Labor Day, so it never falls on my birthday, but that thing did.
Yep.
But yeah, IAS. Yeah, I mean, you guys would come over, play Smash, and then as time went on, more and more people would.
Yep.
I remember one time, I was literally waking up from a nap, and there were like 3 other dudes sitting on the bed. Playing Smash.
Yeah, I kind of just remember the initial part of IAS, like the official movement thing. I had no idea where to go. Tashawn was sitting on the little a shed thing that was right outside the door, giving me this dirty look as I was walking past because I didn't know where the fuck to go. So I went to the Anderson Center. It was locked. I went to other places. They were all locked. And I came back. I was like, where do I go? He's like, yeah, just upstairs.
When I finally got there was a black lady. She would show up some days and do some classes with us at night. I can't think of her name. She was nice, but I just remember she was standing outside. Oh, you can throw your stuff in here now.
Right.
No, early.
But yeah, and then I know the first day, right, we all got moved in. It was literally we had a little meeting thing, I think, with Wendy. And then
that's her name, yeah, Wendy. Yeah.
And then it was all right, we're all going to the tennis court. And so we all just went to the tennis court and just hung out for a little bit that first day. That was the main thing I remembered for that first day.
We played the ninja game, and didn't you win that, Jackson?
Yeah.
What ninja game?
Remember where you have your hands together and you get one movement.
Oh, yeah.
I lost early because it was a lame game. But
I mean, it was. But it was a lame game that I grew up.
There's a lot of games during IAS I did not try. I did not care.
Speaking of games, we played a lot of games in IAS, right? We played the ninja game. We played Mafia.
Smash.
We played Smash. We played a ton of volleyball. We played way more volleyball than I would have even thought we would.
We did do a lot of volleyball. Some basketball.
A little bit. Well, I think that was more in the freshman year part because we didn't have full access to the gym part. It was just the football players that had access to the gym.
Let's talk about Corolla Day 1.
Well, why would you want to bring that up?
I don't know. Did you say hi to her?
I didn't have to. She came to me.
Yeah.
Well, so she was somebody that lied about her age, said she was older when she wasn't. Turns out, and nobody knew for a while, she was underage. And then once everybody found out, we kind of all stopped talking to her for the most part. But as far as memory's sake, the Smash tourneys were legendary. Mm-hmm. We would all kind of pile in. There was 9 of us?
Yeah, 9-ish.
And whatnot.
It was basically every guy.
We never finished the tournament, but we made them almost every day.
Yeah. maybe doubles we finished all the way, but not singles.
Right. And I know I didn't even figure out the Smash controls until after IES, after the tournaments were all done. But the main game we played, because let's just get the main story out of the way, right? We played a lot of What Are the Odds in IES. A lot. To the point we got in major trouble.
You got in major trouble.
A lot of us got in major trouble.
I didn't get in shit.
Because you didn't come and play. Now, you played. You came with.
Once.
But you came with that night.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pussed out.
But you've told me about it. Tell the story. Who did you flip off?
Hold on. Because we were playing for a while, right? And here's the thing, though. When you get people fresh out of high school together, eventually you start innocent, and then it slowly gets dirtier. It got pretty dirty, especially by the end of the night, which we will not be talking about. It got bad.
No, for the viewers.
No.
Oh.
No.
I think you remember kind of yeah. You remember Jasmine and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, because we continued playing even after you went up. It got worse.
Yes, I know. I heard. You told me.
Oh, I did tell you. Huh? But it got kind of bad. And then it got to the point where it was, what are the odds? It was asked to me by, I forget his name, the shorter of the three, almost bald.
Brandon.
No, the older people. Not Tashawn, not Jenny.
Forrest?
Not Forrest. The black dude. Not Tashawn.
Oh, yeah, he was a football
The one everybody
player, too.
wanted to be friends with, basically, because he was cool.
I can't think of it, but yeah.
Yeah, but then he looked at me, and he's like, so what are the odds we go to safety and security and you flick them off? And we had gotten to the point where you couldn't do 1 out of 10 anymore. I think we were at like 1 out of 6 or something like that. I was feeling cocky. 1 out of 3. And I was like, there's no chance my luck is that bad. And, 1, 2, 3, 2. Bam. It was time to go. So peer pressure. It was like, all right, I gotta do it. And then as we were walking out, we were kept playing, and a different Brandon was
2K.
was also told, hey, what are the odds you go Sacco? And for our younger viewers that don't know what Sacco is, I'm not gonna tell you. For the older viewers, it's where you only wear a tube sock and nothing else. He went into the bushes. Didn't even lose. He did lose. He just didn't. Because all the women were coming with us and he wanted to show off. So we went, and this is all the way across campus. So there's 10 teenagers basically walking across campus. One of them's completely naked. And we go all the way across campus, and we go to the safety and security, which is just security on a college campus. Open up the door. All of them wait right outside in front of a fucking camera where everybody can see him. I walk in. I go put up my hood. Fuck you. And we run out. Bolt it, right? And I think Jackson was the only smart enough person to go the other way. Sacco guy goes with them, and so everybody else goes the other way. We get caught because all of a sudden there's 2 safety and security cars just fucking ambushed us out of nowhere. And it's just all in line. Who did it? Nobody says. Who did it? Nobody's saying shit, but then the guy who did it, who dared me to do it, started spouts off. I was like, oh shit. He starts spouting off and starts walking away and talking shit, and then they basically go to him. We book it and leave him behind. Go back, and it's like, oh, fuck, all right, we're all getting thrown out. And then they eventually come back. They pull a stupid prank on us to make it sound like he got in trouble, arrested, or whatever, but it was all good. A day later, we're off doing something else. I think probably I was downstairs or whatever. I go back to my dorm, and my roommate, can't even think of his name at this point.
Owen.
Yeah, Owen was like, hey, safety and security was here. I was like, what? Yeah, they were here. They opened up the fucking door. They didn't even wait for me to open it up. And I had to pull out my ID and everything to prove I wasn't you. Okay. I didn't think anything else of it because I wasn't going. I get a call. You need to come to safety and security now. So I go, I had a little sit down, and it's like, we know it was you because, and he turned on the TV, there's a camera of all these fucking people right outside the door laughing, and it's like basically process elimination. And also somebody that decided to run their mouth also was brought into safety and security and said it was me, so that was awesome too. And here I was, I'm sitting there like, oh, well, fuck. I was in college for 2 weeks.
It's been a good run.
Yeah. And I was thinking of all the things, like, how do I explain to my mom that I got kicked out of school
before the year even started?
On my first initial, dose of freedom, essentially. And I already fucked it up, and I'm coming right back home without telling her what happened. So the whole time I'm getting reamed out, I'm just thinking of that. And then he's like, all right, we need an apology. I was like, oh, fuck. All right, that's easy. Apologize, and now that was that. And yeah, so, I mean, that was the main story. There's also...
But we'll save what that led to in freshman year for the next video.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
The only other thing that really came out of IES for me, besides obviously our friendship, was the jailer.
The warden.
But otherwise, I mean, that's the main thing. You know, I got into some arguments and IES with some of the people in our class during classroom stuff that they didn't take very well. And there was a lot of drama, obviously, too, with the warden stuff that we can get into. But yeah, you guys
I think we end with the warden, because obviously then we can talk about that.
There's a lot of warden stock.
And then, and IAS was like the origin, you know, just the beginning. Yeah, I always thought that you just gave him the middle finger to
it was a chick,
camera or something. Okay, I didn't know you actually went in there.
Yeah, I went in.
So, and then again, from Owen's point of view, I think that's so funny. Week 2 IAS.
Because he was on probation. No, because he was
So that's
scared.
why he was freaked out.
Yeah, because he's on probation, so he thought it was the actual cops coming to get him. Because he was sneaking off of campus at the time a lot when he wasn't supposed to.
You guys remember going to the Saints game?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
No, I don't think I do.
The baseball game?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because Jackson chickened out or something, and then I had to do it. Because I was supposed to get $5. I never got my $5.
But what did you do?
I got the chick to kiss me.
What chick?
The chick working the Saints game. It was
one of the
it was
concession girls, I think. Right?
It was the Wizard of Oz day, so I got Dorothy to kiss me.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because she was going around talking to like the little kids and stuff. Well, I think I know where you were going with this. You were going with the Budnick stuff.
Yep.
Because that was awesome.
Tell that next.
That was Darren. Darren was his name.
Mm-hmm.
Darren tried to get Jackson to go over to Dorothy to get Dorothy to kiss him. Or for you to kiss Dorothy, one of the two, and you didn't want to do it. He's like, "What if I give you $5?" I was like, "Fuck, I'll do it." And I had the perfect lead in because it was like, "Jackson, come with me, take my picture." And I was like, "Hey, can I get a kiss and whatnot for the picture?" And she's like, "Sure." And then she kissed, and then I kissed my cheek. And I got the picture somewhere. As we were like walking away, she's like, "Wait, how old are you?"
Didn't Ontario get her number or something?
No.
Or you tried to?
That's
we'll get to that.
Chanhassen.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So now tell us about Budnick.
You tell us about Budnick. I've been telling all the stories.
Well, I guess what I remember is
because you were sitting next to Budnick, right?
No, I was in front of him. I remember he was behind me.
Okay.
So like my understanding is like he did the what are the odds and then lost or had to give the girl next to him a lap dance.
Yep.
He did that and then the parents sat down.
The dad was sitting next to her the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because initially Budnick was hitting on her and stuff like that, not paying attention to the dad. You know, older guy sitting next to a girl. Wonder who that could be, dumbass.
Shooting daggers at him.
Right. And then he wasn't getting anywhere with her. So it was like, hey, give her a lap dance. And so he did. And the dad is just like looking at him.
Jesus.
And he's like, sorry. And the dad is just like, fucking kids.
I really thought he was going to kill him.
Right.
Yeah, then now let's go to Chanhassen. What would we call that place? Chanhassen Dinner Theater?
Yeah, Chanhassen Dinner Theater.
Mm-hmm.
And we watched
Little Mermaid.
Little Mermaid,
It was actually a pretty good show, too.
Yeah.
Had a real nice fancy meal. Austin, you were at the table with Ontario.
Ontario, Liz, and
whoever else. But what did Ontario say to the waiter? Why did the waiter never come to your table again?
Because I forget the exact words, and I think you'll know the words better than me. But he kept hitting on her.
Paraphrasing, it was just he asked for her number or said she was cute or something and asked for the number and then
repeatedly. That was the and she's like, I have a boyfriend.
Jeez.
And whatnot. He's like, he's not here. And then she never came back. And I needed like a refill like half the night. Yeah.
I just remember like on the bus ride there, everyone was so like chatty and hyped and everything, and then going back, the mood was so tense and it was so quiet.
Well, you want to speak about why it was tense?
I don't know why it was so
tense. It was
tense.
mainly because of you and somebody else that it was kind of tense. Do you remember?
No.
It wasn't anything you did. It was the other person did.
I don't remember.
You remember, Vince?
Because I was on like the far end of the other table.
Casey.
So, yeah.
What did Casey do?
She was the time when you and Casey were kind of discussing religion, and then she was kind of like, "Why are you praying?" Because you had prayed before.
Oh, right, because I was more.
And she was just being fucking Casey. And whatever.
So talking about Casey, there was fucking one day, Jackson, you just never woke up, and she wanted to go in there and wake you up. Well, we never locked the door in IES.
That was
so it was just, okay, Casey. I didn't actually see it, but you weren't happy.
No, it was not.
Well, and then for also the people listening, Casey was so weird because she had on her back, right? It was on her back shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it? Oh, no, it was right here.
I don't remember.
She had it carved. It wasn't a tattoo. A knife carved into her shoulder, a heart. And then she also had a cat, which stank up the entire hallway. And I was so happy I didn't live in that hallway.
But again, that's freshman year. I got actually...
It stank even during
the way Dabo explains it, and her too, is funny. You're already laughing. But again, that's freshman year. Okay. And then that wasn't the only time Jackson got woken up during IES. No, the other time, B-roll here, Ontario, this was like the first Sunday we were all together, and it was like 2 o'clock. You still weren't awake. So I showed him where you were. And he loudly woke you up.
And that one was funny. It wasn't funny at the time, but that one was funny.
It's funny now.
Yeah.
It was funny then, too.
It was funny for you guys.
Yeah.
We did a lot of stupid stuff, though, because I think it was near-ish the first-ish week where we had like the beds lined up, and I send you guys the video every now and then.
Yep.
Of Delroy running down the hall as fast as he can and launching himself into the beds. And like, I know I missed one of them, and that was really funny because I got the one that he actually made it on a tape.
The one where he got stuck like halfway.
Those were the funnier ones. And I don't know where those videos went.
Yeah.
But were you guys there during the lap dance night in Gina's room?
No.
That led to the Budnick and Becca thing.
No. Tell us about it.
So that was during also the playing of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But it got a little out of control. Again, you can't stick teenagers by themselves in a hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And it basically led to a bunch of people getting lap dances and stuff. To the point, Becca, who is now a full-on lesbian, and I kind of contribute that to Budnick.
Probably.
Initially, Budnick gave Becca the lap dance. Then it was Becca that gave him, and all of a sudden they disappeared. Budnick's room is closed and locked when we all go down there. And then when we go down there and listen at the door, he has fucking like sex music blaring. And then the next morning, he's got that hickey that took up almost his entire fucking neck.
And then everyone make the jokes. Wear protection next time.
Right.
Or whatever kind of, or wear a helmet or whatever people
right.
say.
And then shortly after, it was the Becca, Sheena, like, disaster of drama, which was also fun. Especially for me, because I had to deal with most of that. But,
I remember you telling me about that.
I'm trying to think where else. We went to an arcade.
Yep.
Nothing really happened there.
Nope.
I finally got rid of took the card out of my wallet. Some arcade we've never been back to.
You've had that thing in your wallet for almost 10 years.
Cleaned it out. Oh,
Went to the steakhouse. Well, some of us went to the steakhouse. Sorry.
I don't.
You guys had I know, because we would. My team won the scavenger hunt when I wasn't there, but I still got to go to the steakhouse.
Right.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Delroy. You guys ever remember him walking back from the morning class?
Covered in sweat?
Yeah, covered in sweat.
Bro, I don't remember him walking anywhere. I remember him taking his car everywhere.
So I remember being stuck behind him on the stairs going up.
If I remember right, with IAS, we had a morning class 8 to 11:30 or 8 to 11, and then an afternoon one that was like 12:30 or 1 to like 3 or 4
ish,
something like that.
It was like every other day or something, but yeah, or like a couple times a week.
I thought it was like all 4 times a week,
maybe
for the month of August,
maybe
something like that. It wasn't a full week.
Yeah.
But then,
it was every other day.
we had things to do during the week. At night, we'd have those discussions and
once a week, yeah.
in the bush room or
It went
whatever.
super late, and nobody wanted to do it.
We can talk about quick. There was one about advertising,
Yeah.
and is it sexualizing women?
I
And
still stand
Austin
by
was the
it.
one that supported, hey, you know, they're doing it just to get guys' attention.
And for
And then
15
everyone-
minutes, I got attacked by myself. Nobody else said shit for 15 minutes, and then finally everybody else decided to help me out. But for 15 minutes, I was attacked by all the women in that class.
Yeah. Now, that being said, there were people at Hamlin that would have been 10 times worse.
Oh, I know.
They
I
heard you
faced them
say
later.
that. Like, IAS,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, they said things, but, yeah.
I faced worse later.
Another memory. So again, this was the all freshman orientation. IAS was just like a small group of us, 20
Yeah.
and some leaders. There was one morning our group got together in the FISM classes, remember? Who were our two leaders? One of them, Francisco.
Yep. And
I think her name started with an N or a K. But yeah, we were all meeting one morning and supposed to have breakfast. I was the only one in our group that showed up.
yep.
one of the mornings.
I never went to breakfast.
I
No,
understand.
but
Yeah.
we were all supposed to be there. And you guys remember what you were up doing that night? I was out of
The
the
warden.
I was out of the clique. I thought you guys were up doing something that night.
Oh wait.
But
I
again,
do,
every
because we
other
went to the party.
all the other freshmen
oh
were
God,
there.
that's
Yeah.
right. I forgot about
That's
that.
a freshman.
No, this is before freshman year.
Uh,
This is before freshman year. So
yeah,
if
I
you
guess
guys,
so. Yeah, no, we went to the party across the street.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
No,
that,
that's
yeah.
what it was. It was like a week before the school year started.
Yeah,
or something.
I didn't get my invite. I didn't go, so I was the only one in our group that showed up.
I didn't get the invite either. I just went. Well, no, he told me, like, we're going. Come on. I'm like, okay.
Because I was woken up by a slap in the face. Legitimately, I got slapped in the face the next morning. To get woken up because somebody was mad. Who should not be named, somehow broke into my room, slapped me in the face to get me up. Was overslept, and then I went up and woke up Jackson, and we finally went.
Mm-hmm.
And we barely made it to the class picture. Barely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys remember the Star outside of Anderson, that's where we were supposed to meet. And again, I was the only one there.
Definitely didn't.
You guys were getting ready by the time we showed up.
So yeah, that morning too. Again, I'm sitting there only with Francisco and the other leader, and the whole day before, I'd been hiding from someone from high school. Like I could see it was him. I'm not gonna name him, but long story short, he saw me that morning because I didn't have you guys for cover. Comes over and just asked two things. One, are you Vince Greeny? First and last name. When it's obviously, dude. And then, are you actually gonna make it all 4 years here? Because in high
Only one
school,
that
you know,
did.
I went to two different ones.
Yep.
Went with him in the first one, and then the funny thing is, this kid didn't even make it through the first year. Never saw him after Thanksgiving break. Yeah, I still remember that to this day.
Yeah, that was a bad day. That was a really bad day.
That day, too, we were supposed to go around to the sewage places,
Yep.
put the thing down, and then
Yep.
spray with spray paint. I don't know. I guess to
It was,
promote recycling or cleaning out sewers or something.
Marketing
was
for
to,
something.
you don't drain into the sewers, like your oils and
Oh.
trash, because we're in the middle of the city.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that day sucked. Because of
Owen didn't
that-
even show up.
No, he did not.
I remember that.
Because I needed him. too. But then I was also dealing with a lot of drama and stuff that we'll get to as well.
No, you can argument number 1, argument number 5, or
It was an argument because of somebody else in our IES that also wanted to do stuff.
yeah. Can you say that, or is that one we're trying to?
They're not ever gonna see this.
Okay.
Well, let's save it for last. Hey, do we have anything else to talk about?
Yeah.
I mean, we played a lot of games mainly. That was the big thing. We didn't go to a ton of
Let me
places.
check my list here.
Yeah.
Like we played hide and seek that one night, and nobody found you.
I almost fell asleep.
Yeah, because you were hiding in a building or like on top of a building. Or
I was on
in
top of
tree.
a building.
Nobody even knows how you got on top of that as it is.
I don't remember. I think I like sandwiched myself between some buildings, like walked my way up or something.
Yeah. Deshaun and I hid to the side of the library, and we literally just talked for like 20 minutes because nobody actually ever looked for us.
Mm-hmm.
So we just sat there. Oh no.
Okay, here's a quick memory. It was either the three of us or me and Austin and Delroy, or the three of us and Delroy. We're walking to Drew. I just like moved all my stuff again before freshman year though.
Yep.
And we were gonna play Smash. And he's like, "Yeah, I just officially graduated today, guys. End of August."
Oh yeah.
So
I don't think I was there for that one.
I do kind of remember it because he finally got like the email or something like that he finally actually graduated.
well, I mean, and then can we talk about like Corolla and Zay? Like you saw Zay coming out of Corolla's room like
multiple
the first
times.
week.
Well, okay, so that kind
In
of
the
goes
morning?
a little bit into the warden stuff because there was a little bit of back and forth between Zay, Corolla, and Liz was kind of peppered in there a little bit too. A little bit while her and I were in the middle of the back and forth and fights and stuff like that. You feel it a little bit?
Man tried to make his rounds to like everybody.
Well, so did she.
You guys remember during IAS, my card never worked. So I like always had to ask somebody.
And most
like,
of the year, mine worked into all of them.
And then like, I remember going over there with Forrest a couple times. Hey, it still doesn't work. And safety and security just never did it.
Yeah, well, because they said you're moving to a different place anyway, so just deal with it.
Well, I mean, there's one night I snuck out towards the end.
Yeah.
Came back really early in the morning, and I was like about to walk in too, and someone asked if I was gone, and I was like, no.
I remember.
Who was Jenny, or who was it was one of the 4 leaders, but the girl one.
Jenny.
Yeah. So she probably knew and didn't report me or anything. But you snuck out one time too, Austin, didn't you?
I didn't sneak out.
See a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
I won't share the whole story, but I do remember a night when you sent me a text like, "Dude, I fucked up." And you just came, and there was a lot of nights where I remember, or even just days in general, where you would just come and be like, "I'm gonna come hang out with you guys."
Yeah. Because I remember, because this was before officially freshman year, because it was right after Vince had moved out, and you got your stuff situated, and I came to hang out with you, because I was trying to avoid Liz. Because I was also hanging out with my ex.
I remember you and I hanging out a lot. If he was doing something, either you would come to my room, or I would come to your room. We played like Advanced Warfare or something, just to have another body there with you.
Yeah, well, it was a lot of avoiding certain people, and then if I was with you guys, I wasn't getting bothered, and so I got away with some things.
I also remember a lot of time, or like halfway through. And this ended up getting into freshman year. We stopped saying I'm here at the door, or whatever, and it was just door.
Yeah.
For the text message to say that we're here.
Yeah, because it was a good portion of it. Well, and obviously this was during freshman year that we all lived in separate buildings.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
You guys, any other IAS Piper preview? Do you guys remember in Piper preview and Soren who you spent the night with? I remember mine was Francisco. He was cool.
I don't remember.
I guess just tell us about the warden, and we'll end this one.
So, because it's important to the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
So, during Chanhassen, 2 people that could not care any less about each other had to sit across from each other. And, I mean, in her defense, I was looking pretty damn good. Then I was the only one that actually had the forefront to think, hey, I might need dress clothes at some point, because I wasn't going back home for anything. So whether it was like homecoming or something like that, I didn't know what to need to prepare for college. So I brought one thing of actual dress clothes. I think me and 2 other people of the guys that actually dressed up for it.
I had a nice collared t-shirt on.
I said 2. I think Vince, you wore a t-shirt.
Yeah,
you were dressed nicer than I was. I had that black and white collared t-shirt. Yeah. I remember that.
All the girls dressed up.
Mm-hmm.
So I stood out a little bit. Why not? So sat across from who is now the warden, but Liz.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of flirting and stuff like that. Now, while everybody was tense and stuff on the ride home, I was tired, but Liz and I were just messaging back and forth, and we couldn't care less what you fuckers were doing. And then things happened that night, but then I know, like, before Chanhassen, it was a little bit of Owen, right? And then it was also Zay was thrown in there back and forth. And then also Brandon Dale once was like a kiss or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
Which led to the drama between me and Brandon Dale. Where it almost came to blows at one point.
You took his warden.
Yep. Because, I don't know, it was more of just hookups and stuff like that between Liz and I. Jasmine, though, after that one night, really wanted some of Austin. But she was also juggling a different guy. Everybody was juggling people, basically, during this whole thing. Brandon Dale was trying to get with Liz really bad, and he didn't like that I already kind of laid my claim. So he was talking a lot of shit before the end of FISM. And then we went to the party. Liz was also hanging off with Zay. And then I had just been gotten through with meeting up with my ex. We drank quite a bit. And then during the sewer stuff, Jasmine was really trying to hit. Bad. I debated it for a little bit. Because why not? It's college. You try all the fruits. Liz really didn't like that, and it turned into this gigantic argument, which led to the slap in the face prior was just because I decided to sleep in and all that. And she was mad that Jasmine was checking up on me after the party. What else during the FISM part? Because the rest of it's just drama too.
So anyways, that day she was pissed.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was always
I was
pissed.
gonna say most days she was pissed.
Talk about, so you messaged her back and forth on the bus, coming back from Chanhassen.
Yep.
And like that last week of IES class, it was getting more serious or what? If I remember right, she was next to me and Jackson too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and then it was like, because the Sheena stuff was going on at the same time, right? The Sheena, Becca, because Sheena was dating a guy, and then, but also cheating on that guy with Becca. But saying they weren't, but they were sleeping in the same bed making noises that everybody knew. In front of everybody. That was the weirdest part. That was probably the stuff that you missed primarily.
Yeah.
I think you were there for some of that, though. It got really weird. But the Liz stuff was kind of back and forth. Like, I could have easily just kind of cooled it off and just been done with it by the end of FISM, even though she was jealous as all hell with the Jasmine stuff. I don't even know if I told you guys fully on the Jasmine stuff. But, I mean, as far as, like, the FISM stuff, the cutoff was she was pissed. And it was still back and forth, you know. There was still a lot of, like, fuck buddy stuff going into freshman year. For a couple weeks.
Yeah.
With
how many
my
times
ex kind of thrown in.
during IAS, how many times did you guys argue? Pre-freshman year, how many arguments? Was it still, like, daily or what?
Just two.
I say it wasn't as frequent
'Cause we barely
freshman
talked.
year.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of talking. There was just a
Jesus.
lot of other stuff.
Yeah, it was just, okay.
And I was still trying to get with my ex still. Because, I mean, if I had to choose at the end of the day, if I was going with the model that wasn't at school and I could still have my freedom, or now that I know crazy ass woman, I mean, I was going with the model almost every single time.
Yeah. Do you guys, during IAS, remember the presentations we had to do? And they gave us, like, example topics. And then, like, at the end, they're like, well, you guys could have picked things you were more passionate about.
No.
Mine was like time management. Austin, yours was about credit score.
Yeah. Well, he gave us a list, and it was stupid because it was the slideshow. You had to put it on a timer, and you had 10 seconds per thing. Oh wait. I just had a memory of something that we can't talk about.
No. Well, it's like seriously can't talk about, or you just don't want to. Like, I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to say it if you don't.
I mean,
like in the beginning of your presentation when you said this would be my...
No. I was practicing it in my dorm room without my shirt on because it was hot, remember? Because there was no AC or anything like that. And I didn't have a fan or anything. and people just barged into our rooms because I didn't lock mine either. And 2 people barged into my room that night, and it turned into some drama. Some bad drama. That's a off.
Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, otherwise, I mean, for IS, I don't really have too many other stories. So, I mean, my main things was the Liz and.
I remember too. We had to like go around the room and read, and Jackson would always say my voice was monotone, and it was just I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I remember Austin. We like sat in the corner, the left corner, and then Jackson.
I was towards the front.
The only thing that I remember.
You weren't too far away, but
because
second from I was second from the front, like dead center or something.
Yeah, because I think you and I sat almost right next to each other.
Yeah,
we were like the corner.
Because the only thing that I actually like fully remember was the only thing I actually took seriously was like the creative writing stuff. Because I was still trying to think about if I was fully going to go into the writing the books type of stuff. So I took that stuff a little more seriously, and I wrote the one story that made the girls cry.
Mm-hmm. I remember that one.
That was actually a proud moment.
I don't remember that at all.
Good. It wasn't for you.
But
I do remember I made the girls cry. And that was. It won me some points.
I just remember the credit score. You're like, it's really a debt score.
I think you scored the highest actually with that one.
Probably.
Try hard.
Because I didn't try in high school, so I thought I'd try in college. It only lasted for that first month.
You got it all out in one go.
Yeah. I used all my trying before college even actually started. As soon as college started, I went the first week to all my classes.
Yeah. Now let's talk about the teachers quick. So I don't remember the guy's name.
But he was the coolest.
No.
I like Lisa.
Teacher? I like Lisa more than the guy.
Oh, I like the guy because he was.
I thought he was cool because you said a bunch of swear words. Ooh.
Oh, I thought he was awesome.
No,
I thought he was the best.
No, I hate all English teachers.
He was also the comedian.
I very vaguely remember him.
I don't really remember his name. Lisa was cool though. Lisa was really cool. And then when we saw her back tattoo, that was awesome.
Lisa just did not give a shit. Like,
no. Well, she did, but she didn't. And that is probably why she was your favorite too, because she cared enough about her job to put effort into it, but didn't care enough to whatever.
Yeah.
Between the two of them, she wanted to give everyone an A in the class, and then the other guy wanted to give us like a C, and then we all got B's because of her. And
that is Frank Shaw's fault. Don't even. Frank Shaw was the math teacher
you.
I think he was only there like a day or two. But he
made an impression.
Yeah.
He made an impression.
Yeah.
And then we took his stats class.
You did. I had the easy teacher. But again, that's freshman year. Well, actually, I did sophomore year. But any other assignments you remember doing during IES?
No.
Again, I just remember the
presentation.
Really,
I even forgot about the presentation until you brought it up. The only thing I remembered was the creative writing.
We just sort of coasted through that, like, pre-freshman year stuff.
Yeah.
There really wasn't much to it.
No. It was just a lot of drama.
Yeah.
And then, again, it was cool that they always had some plan for us. And
better than just sitting there.
I thought the food during IES
was better than during the year.
Higher quality. There was, like, less options during the summer.
Yeah.
But higher quality, and then freshman year just went to shit.
Yep. The sandwiches were the best, too.
Yep.
Making the sandwich bar. Oh, that was so great.
Yep.
If I had a job that had something like that, I don't think I'd miss a day of work.
Work at Hamlin.
No, might not be allowed back.
And we'll get into that. Anyone we haven't maybe talked about?
No, I mean...
There's got to be like a good Tashawn moment or something, too.
In the freshman year a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Besides that, he would come over and also participate in the tournaments, but otherwise, I mean, he kind of kept to himself because he was off campus a lot.
Yeah.
And so was
then
Forrest.
Towards the end, some of those guys had football practice.
Yeah. Well, so once football kind of started, a lot of the group stuff stopped.
Yeah. Because they were at that. Yeah. I think Ontario, too.
Yeah, so it was a lot of...
NSA.
Just do our own thing, and that's when the three of us mainly started to hang out a lot more. Just once football started. It wasn't really a group, more. It was mainly the three of us, and then Budnick from time to time. This truly just started.
Yeah.
But so otherwise, that was the main.
That's pre-freshman year.